You're shaking.
I know.
This is nerve-wracking. I'm sorry. Hello. Welcome back to Bookend Gaming. I'm Travis.
I am Eric.
And we got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
We did it.
Who is it?
We collectively have a girlfriend.
Do I have one?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We share.
Oh. I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, sorry. You are a beautiful person, Hisao.
Thanks.
Please don't ever apologize for that.
For a moment, I'm utterly speechless. I slowly bend my head down, placing a tender kiss on her light, voluminous hair. Your hair is so voluminous. We're a couple of right old fools, aren't we?
Chip chip chiroo. We are.
After a long calm, she speaks again.
Hisao,
Yes.
I wouldn't mind if you...
Yes. I feel her hand tensing under mine, trembling slightly. My mouth opens, but try as I might, I can't formulate a response to her proposition. Lily, we can't do this within the first minute of the video. Hold on.
That's already been a minute. We're good to go.
Okay, then take it off. Before I can say another word, she slips her hand from under mine and tenderly holds the side of my face once more.
Please.
I give a peaceful smile, holding her hand against my cheek as I nod a single time. Okay, what are we doing? As I look into her eyes, she leans towards me. Her delicate lips touch mine as she guides herself with her hand. She breaks off not a second later, faintly smiling. Oh, my mind went to the completely wrong.
Yeah, they hadn't even kissed yet, man. We're a little fast, aren't we? I love you, Hisao.
We kiss again, this time with both of us meeting the other. While the previous kiss was one of love, this one is one of lust.
Yep, that's usually how it goes.
Our tongues meeting and our breathing heavy. After precious seconds we part. Both our faces well and truly flushed. Both of us bring our fingers to our lips in unison, recalling that fleeting feeling, rapidly becoming buried both by our urges and bashfulness. Should have kissed her in the field. Lily is the first to shift uncomfortably, though. What is it? It's a kiss.
Should we get more comfortable?
Okay. Now that she mentions it, this futon would be a bit too narrow to do much on.
Plus it would creak constantly.
Considering the thoughts running through both our minds, it's hopefully hers, at least. It's no small wonder one of us has any measure of foresight left. Ooh, okay. I take her hands and guide her sideways as I move, the brief and awkward dance ending with both of us tentatively sitting on the floor opposite each other.
Floor sex right out the gate.
As I reach forward to pull her on her top up, she stops after she moves her hands to do the same.
You're shaking.
I know.
This is nerve-wracking. I'm sorry.
I pause for a moment and look at my hands. Sure enough, they're quivering slightly. Whether it's from nervousness or excitement, I'm not sure. Probably both. I guess I am.
So you're as nervous as I am, then?
I withdraw my hands and sigh, steadying myself. We have plenty of time.
No.
Maybe. Probably not much. So there's no need to rush this. Sorry, it's my first time, so I'm a bit...
Ew, loser.
Oh, God! She giggles shakily, all but confirming what I reasonably deduced by now.
It's the same for me. I'm happy we could share this together.
I match her smile twofold, leaning forward and taking her body in my arms as she reaches to hug me back.
Where's Hanako?
I was just going to say we're going to do it in the living room.
Yeah.
Hanako's...
Like she's sitting on the futon. She's been there the whole time. You just didn't notice.
Guys.
I'm trying to watch the news.
I love you, Lily.
You already said that.
I'm sorry. I can't help grinning, even in such a situation. She still has her wits about her. Breaking our embrace, we decide to take off our own clothing. While it's easier this way, I don't doubt it's just an attempt to distract ourselves from our nerves. With slightly stiff hands, I begin to slide the first button out from my shirt. Once we remove the last of our clothes, which end up haphazardly piled behind us, my breath is taken by the sight in front of me.
She's got a penis.
Whoa!
Hello.
Her long, shapely legs full hips and her breasts, plump but dainty. Sorry, I'm distracted.
Yeah, I can't focus on the words.
Her slightly blushing face, delicate and reserved, is framed by the bangs of her hair. Her hands, tightly held behind her, only serve to further accentuate her chest. Her tall and pale body is beautiful when bared.
But only then.
The girl in front of me, reserved yet playful, astute yet hospitable, is the girl I've fallen in love with. This confirms it now that she's
Yeah. If she had any weird marks or anything, I might be taking it back.
I lean forward, delicately taking her shoulders in my hands.
I lightly push down.
Yes, I do.
Sorry, you can't see. Let me guide you.
She brings her hands to my chest. With a slightly uneven breath, we lean into a deep kiss. I feel one of Lily's hands slowly slide up to my shoulder, it and her head very gently moving forwards. Assuming her intent, I lean back onto the floor. It's over already. She lowers herself beside me, one hand stroking my hair as the other moves across my chest. The feeling of her breast against it is enough to excite me.
She fell asleep.
This must be her way of taking in what I've already seen of her. Despite her lack of sight, she engraves every detail of my bare body and chest into her mind. When her middle finger falls into the slight recess of my chest scar, a lingering effect of my operation so many months ago, she slowly runs her hand down its length.
This is a weird penis.
That's not my dick. The scar from my surgery. They had to do this in order to operate on my heart. For a moment, she's lost for words, the idea of such extensive scarring adding a new worry for her. Her expression changes from curiosity to apprehension.
You look more adult in this drawing than any other one.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
She looks a little older, too.
Yeah. Should we really be doing this kind of thing?
I'm
Yes,
fine.
please.
Those words bother me beyond what is rational. Lily's face breaks my heart more than ever. More than even her words possibly could. Yet I don't even know the answer to her question. I can't let this condition dominate me forever. It may not even be medically advisable, but I outright refuse to live my life in such a prison. I'm having sex, damn it.
Yeah. If I'm going to go, this is the way.
It's okay, Lily. This much will be okay. Her troubled expression holds for a moment longer, but she eventually acquiesces, her hand moving to my lower chest and then my thigh.
Instant heart attack.
Oh, no. With a look of slight surprise, she slowly moves her hands downwards, her breath catching as she brushes the side of my lower hair.
Oh, my lower hair. Oh. Do you like it? It's cornrows.
Dreadlocks. Yeah. She tentatively moves her hand sideways, delicately touching the most honest part of my body.
Mine's a liar. This is...
I thought you were a woman. Yeah.
Smaller than I was expecting.
Our nervousness peaks as the act begins. Her hand gently patting up and down as lightly.
What a good boy.
Just pat, 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 pat.
Is
Am
this
I
how you
doing
do
this
it?
right? It's like if it would break it if breathed upon. I'm not sure whether it's just to steady myself or because I want to steady her, but I take my free hand and hold the side of her face in it. The feeling of her hair and soft skin is nice, and it seems to lighten her mood a bit. The mere fact that I'm being touched by her is surprisingly erotic.
Is it surprising? Was this not erotic?
I feel my body relaxing as I submit to the pleasure overwhelming me. Yeah, pat faster. Long minutes pass in almost total silence. Heavy breathing.
They don't call it beating off for nothing.
The only sound to be heard in the house. Lily's fingers stop affectionately stroking my hair, and she opens her lips once again.
Hisao.
I wait a second for the rest of the sentence, but none is forthcoming. But I sure am. She may be trying to take the lead, but she's still incredibly nervous. So am I. Just look at my mouth. Holding back a fart right now. I can't help smiling as I stroke her hair from her face a couple of times, reassuring her As nervous as she may be, I'm thankful that Lily's taking the lead. I'd probably be just as anxious as she if I were attending to her. Okay. She pauses a moment before giving a small nod, sitting up and shifting her legs over mine. Once again, my breath is stolen by the magnificent sight of her body over mine. Ooh.
Jeez.
I can only look on frozen as she delicately lowers herself, resting her reddened lips over me. She slowly begins to move her hips downwards, her softness enveloping my consciousness, among other things. She takes a deep breath to collect herself, her face remaining steady.
Oh my god, I can see.
With her... I've been cured! With her hands taking in my body in lieu of sight, the intimate situation muddles her usual efforts to compensate for lack of eye contact. Her knees and hands supporting her as she does. Her entire body tenses, her expression obviously one of stifled pain. Despite that, I can't help savoring the soft, warm feeling enveloping my consciousness. Who cares what she feels?
Is that what he calls it? His consciousness?
The surge of pleasure overcoming all my senses. That's what they call it, right? You always let your conscience be your guide.
That is accurate.
The last vestiges of it all. But disappeared while her nails slightly scrape onto my chest in an effort to stop herself from yelping in pain.
Ooh, my scar.
Oh, another scar. Too much for her to suppress completely. Escapes from her lips.
Track team captain.
As I... What? As I open my mouth to comfort her, I see the...
This has not been a thing in any of the other ones.
No.
I mean, it's not
Nobody
a given.
else has been a virgin.
They have, but... And it's not a given that it happens every time, but... It's just weird that this is the only time they've ever referenced that.
Yeah, the writer of this one really wanted to highlight that, I guess.
Yeah, it's accurate.
Lily, if it's too much...
So 5.
Yeah. She clenches her mouth tightly, quickly and forcefully shaking her head from side to side in defiance. After a couple of seconds, she relaxes her body slightly, though she's still obviously far from being comfortable.
It's okay. I'm okay.
She swallows hard, trying to collect herself. She relaxes a little more as the feelings of pleasure begin to overtake those of pain. Her breathing starts to match the same ragged patterns as mine, her body moving almost teasingly slowly. She looks as if she's slowly beginning to enjoy the act, my feelings finally reaching her. I'm not sure if she's keeping herself at this speed for her sake or for mine, but either way, with this slow and steady pace, I think I can keep my body in check. It's funny, in a way, that even now I'm depending on her. For us to be joined together like this, our feelings so close, as well as our consciences, it makes me glad. To be sharing our first moment together like this is an almost overwhelming feeling.
Oh, it's so touching. I love you.
Lily.
Hisao.
I can feel her body tensing, her breathing and movements becoming steadily less carefully controlled. I'm happy to be making her feel so good, but as my thoughts become increasingly focused, I can feel myself rapidly nearing my limit.
He goes Super Saiyan.
Control of my body is instantaneously wrestled from my mind as I grip my teeth hard. Her body hunches over at the same moment.
Yep, he just goofed in her troop.
Touching on my chest. We stay locked in an all-encompassing ecstasy for a brief moment, my mind completely taken by the feeling for a precious few seconds. It ends all too soon, and our bodies collapse in exhaustion, with Lily barely staying on top of me. Oh my god, Hisao, what did you just do? I lifelessly manage to wrap my arms around her limp, sweating body, and for minutes we simply lie there, silently savoring the contact with each other, while we recover from the experience. Neither of us had thought ourselves prepared for such a thing. Of that much I'm certain. Entirely drained, far past from the point of conversation, I look at her tired face. It looks as if the exertion, both physical and mental, has almost forced her to the verge of collapse. I love you, Lily.
I'm over you already.
You said that already! God! She nods weakly, rubbing her hair with her left hand.
Yeah, you too.
If we could simply remain together like this for an eternity, it would be a paradise like no other.
Whatever.
People might stare at us, but...
You ever left your hand underwater for too long?
Well,
just saying.
What have we done?
That is an episode.
All right. Some stuff happened.
Yeah, it's a good one. You might not want to skip that one. I might be revisiting it later.
Oh, yeah?
No. Not with our voices over. That'd be weird.
We just need a different dub.
Yeah.
Somebody dub it over.
There you go. That's our first fan art.
Yes.
Someone
Sex
doing the
dub.
random sex noises. Dear God, I hope not.
Oh, jeez.
I wouldn't say no, I guess.
Game over.